Alright, so I'm about 5 minutes into your video, dog. I gotta say, I agree with a lot of shit you're saying, but I'm gonna have to make a reply video, probably just directly to you, because they don't need to be on YouTube, just like conversation wise. But we need to talk, because I have some shit I want to say too. Because, like, the whole thing about the tweet, I don't think it's just necessarily about that. I just think he's just talking about everybody. But yeah, I could see a lot of references that I wasn't even catching. Truth be told, that one about the beard, and as soon as you said it, I was like, oh yeah. And then my dad's talking about that. But yeah, this is a good video you're making. I'm gonna give you some feedback. Also wanted to say something else, but I forgot. I'll tell you in a minute. I remembered. All right, whenever he says the big bad bully of rap can't take a fucking joke, it's like, I think he's just doing what Eminem does. Like you say, he came out dissing everybody. Like, he's still doing it. Like, now people are starting to fire back. This is like the first time people fire back for real. It's like, it's not a big deal. It's only a big deal because fucking somebody finally stood up to Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been doing this for years, but nobody ever acknowledges him. So somebody finally said something back to him. And I think that's what everybody's buzzing about. But I don't think he's going to reply because why the fuck? He might reply in another song later, like, when he's ready. You know what I mean? He ain't going to drop it just to be.
Yo, thanks, bro. Thanks for watching it. That's why I wanted to do it, because, like I said, it stirs up conversation and kind of break down the lyrics and see what's going on with it. But I see what you mean by it could be more to it, which I know there is, because it goes back further than the tweet. Yeah, I was watching a live stream last night on YouTube, and Eminem was talking about Kamikaze and kind of why he dissed MGK back, saying that he got online and went down a rabbit hole and seen MGK was mentioning Haley's name and was kind of like campaigning on it, is what Eminem said. He said he's seen that and was like, what the fuck? I gotta reply to this motherfucker now. So that's kind of why he responded. But I know it goes back to even more with MGK, because on a few freestyles MGK did and tracks MGK did, he did like little subliminal dissing. MGK brought up in one of his freestyles how his favorite rapper banned him from Shade 45, which he's talking about Eminem. He also mentioned him in a couple other freestyles that he did and in interviews. And then I know he also dissed him on Tech Nine's track, No Reasons. Also on that Tech Nine song, he says, I'm here to remind y'all that y'all just rap, you're not gods. Which is another direct line towards Eminem, because, you know, Eminem's the rap god. Hey man, I'm gonna have to send you some of those links to the video, but I'll get back to you real quick and pick up my kids and then I'll holler at you. I have to send you a link to those videos and freestyles so you can check them out and see what I'm talking about. But on No Reasons, MGK says in one of his lines that you're gonna need a doctor. I ain't talking about the one from Compton. So I know he had to have seen that one because he listens to Tech Nine shit too, so yeah, my bad. Yeah, also on that same track where he's talking about the rap god line, after that he says, I don't care who got scars because they don't acknowledge mine, so show me who got bars. Which is another, like, still referring to Eminem, so yeah, like I said, I'll send you those links.
I think if Eminem
Alright, so now I'm more sure than ever that the MGK diss was premeditated. I think he already knew that he was going to drop that Kamikaze album and he was probably going to say something about him. So he had that shit ready to go. That's why he had it ready in 2 days. And Eminem's not going to respond to that shit. He already said. Hey, yeah, I just seen this video. You know that Sway interview part 2 just came out a little bit ago. And then I just seen the one where they're like talking about it and they're talking about Eminem not replying. He said he's not going to reply for a while.
Yeah, bro. I was going to ask you if you caught that or not, that live stream of the Sway interview. I was watching that while I was at work. I don't know. I think he feels some type of way about MGK's lyrics, because he acknowledged that it was pretty good for MGK. He had some good bars in there, he said. I like how he says he's stuck at a point where he wants to destroy him, MGK, but at the same time he doesn't want to make him bigger than what he's getting off of this buzz. But you know the way M works. This whole thing he's doing with these interviews, that's strategic. Like, he's got something up his sleeve.
Yeah, but he also said it was kind of like it was pretty good for MGK. Like, he was kind of trying to downplay. Like, he was still trying to diss him. You know what I mean? Like, He don't like that one. But I don't think he's gonna reply soon. He doesn't need to. And like you say, he doesn't want to make MGK more famous.
What I think he's doing is, with all these interviews, I think he wants to use some of the clips, like little clips here and there of the interview, and add them to his diss track that he's gonna drop on MGK. Just think about it. That shit would be dope if he just has like little clips from the interview in it.
Yeah, but he's not gonna respond like directly to MGK like that. He's gonna wait for everybody else, see if anybody else says anything on their songs about it, so he can reply to everyone. But I don't think he's gonna make a direct MGK diss. I don't think so. Nah, but he is gonna destroy that somehow. But I don't know. It's not gonna be soon. It's gonna be whenever he's ready.
I was just about to say that same thing. He's waiting for other people, is what he said in the interview, because if people decide to come out later, that he's gonna have to make 5 years worth of diss tracks and shit. And he ain't trying to do that. He's trying to show that he can line them all up and take them all out at the same time. You know what I mean? I think he's trying to downplay his whole role on it, trying to make himself seem like more vulnerable. That way more people would be like brave enough to step up to him or try to diss him and say some crazy shit. That way he can instead line them up, take them out. That would be pretty crazy though.
Yeah, it looks like we saw the same interview.
Somebody brought up a good point too, saying that they're saying that MGK is riding this wave and this and that, like he's just trying to get big off Eminem, but not once has he went out on an interview or anything since he's dropped that diss track. You know, like you think he'd go showboating on and really try to ride that wave if he was. I don't want to say that I think Eminem is scared, because I know he ain't really scare anybody, but I think the fact that after hearing Rap Devil, he's like, oh shit, this dude's really got some shit on me. So now he's like really got to take his time and really study MGK that before he goes and drops a half-ass diss track, you know? Not to mention, this was like Eminem's intention. That's the whole reason why he dissed everybody. That way it'd get buzzing and everybody would be talking about it. That's why he's doing interview after interview, part 1, part 2, part 3. I think he's supposed to drop another one tonight. But if you're going to say you don't want to make MGK big and then go and put a part 2 interview titled like Eminem's response to MGK, like it seems like Eminem's the one that's doing exactly what he's complaining about MGK doing, but he's the one that's riding this wave of all the beef that's going on right now, doing interviews and shit.